The Roblox Hunt event is here, and Greenville is a part of it. Pretty easy and straightforward to do for the most part. I'll have some video chapters so you can skip around to see what you want to see. Right off the bat, when you join, you can go over here and talk to this guy at spawn, Maximus, with the hunt icon above him. Just make sure you spawn here at the roadmap dealership or drive over here. After he gives you a whole speech about how he's a time traveler and he's returned to wherever he came from, but somehow lost a bunch of pieces to his car, he tasks you with finding those pieces. Basically, there are 8 total pieces you have to find, and thankfully each part is in the same spot in the same order for every person. For every part, after you find it, there's a little minigame you have to play in order to claim the part, and depending on the minigame, it's the hardest part of the whole event, which isn't too bad to be honest. Finding the parts themselves are pretty much a walk in the park, since there's a locator to help you if you press the hunt icon in the top right. You just need a car to drive to the locations in, unless you want to take forever and walk, but you can't do that. If you don't have a car yet, you can get a free one from the tutorial or walk up to the front desk in the dealership and buy whatever car you can afford. Once in your car, just hit the find location button and drive towards the target icon in the distance. You might just have to look around in like all directions to find it if you can't find it immediately. But the first location is the under construction Sahara building, not too far from spawn. Once you're there, it should just be right up here, climb the ladder, and hold E to claim the piece. Then you'll be greeted with the same minigame from earlier, just 3 times in a row. Really easy to do though, since the part you need to memorize stays on your screen for a good while, and there's not many cubes in the minigame to remember anyway. The next location is a little ways away, tucked in the corner of the map. It may require a decent bit of off-roading to get there quickly. Once you see the barns, you'll know you're in the right place. Just gotta go down here by where the water is flowing, and right here in the very back is a brake rotor. After claiming the piece though, for this one you'll have to do a bit of a harder minigame. By far the most challenging part of this event, and you have to do it a couple times too. Basically, you just gotta stop each one of these blocks in the right spot individually. The goal is to get the red line to stop somewhere in between the gaps of the blocks by clicking at the right time. Definitely proves to be a bit tricky, especially if the blocks are moving pretty fast. The main bummer is that you have to get every single one of the blocks stopped perfectly in comparison to the red line in a row. One mess up, you gotta start all over again and go block by block until you finish. This took me like 5 minutes to do first try, which in the grand scheme of things isn't a lot, but compared to the rest of this event, it's a ton of time. I welcome the challenge, but I wouldn't be surprised if it gets nerfed later on. Let's see how long it takes me to do right now. It could be a world record, could be like a bad world record. Let's see here. All right, I got 1, and I already ruined it. All right, there we go. We got 1, 2, 3. I'm actually doing really well. 4. Okay, come on, let's get this. Okay, that was so close. I'm not even trying when I restart these sometimes. All right, 1, 2, 3. Got 1, got 2, and I didn't get 3. I got really close the first time, I'm not gonna lie. 1, 2, 3. It's going pretty fast. All right, final one, come on. Yes, I actually got it, and I got the piece. That was a significant bit faster than my first attempt, but it still wasn't world record speed, I'll say. After that minigame, you do get a bit of a break though, because the next piece is super easy to obtain. Just gotta drive all the way over to the other side of the map to Just Buy. Pulling up to Just Buy, just go through this little alleyway over here, and once you reach the back of the building, you can find a radiator, the next piece, right next to the dumpsters. When claiming this piece, you're greeted with the third and final type of minigame the event has, a pretty easy one. Just spam E and make the bar on your screen fill up entirely with blue. Then you're done, get the part. The next piece though, all the way up to Junkyard toward the back part of this rusty playground set, requires you to do the block minigame thing again. Same difficulty as last time too, of course, so have fun with that. And congratulations, after getting that piece, you're halfway done with the event in here, just 4 more of the 8 pieces left to get. Piece number 5 isn't too far away, but it is in an interesting spot. If you don't know the map too well, you'll probably be a bit confused when you get to the target spot and there's nothing there, but you just gotta go underground to get there. There's 2 ways to enter the underground tunnel, but the easier of the 2 ways would just be getting on the main road, going all the way down to this intersection, and then just turning off the stream right here. Follow the water into this secret tunnel and try not to get your car stuck on the way in, then past this point it's smooth sailing to the next part. They've even added a bunch of these work lights here this update so it's easier to see. Right up here is the next part you need, which requires you to play the memorization minigame again to claim it. Not too bad. Then getting out of here, I'd recommend heading back the same way you came, unless you want to get your car stuck in the lake on your way out to the next part, which is over at Cat's Park. More specifically, it's the pond toward the back of Cat's Park. Right here, just wedged in the trash can, is a steering wheel, which kind of looks like a Logitech G25. To claim this one, you're faced with the block minigame once again. Hopefully you've got the hang of it by now. The second to last piece is pretty close to the underground tunnel from 2 pieces ago, right behind the main next stop gas station. When you pull up here, drive to the community park building, then walk to the very back of the building, and just like the Just Buy piece, it's near the dumpsters. That's what you came for. The minigame where you have to spam E is back, just like the Just Buy piece as well. And onto the final location, the airport drag strip. Over here on the side of the track, slightly camouflaged, is the fender to Maximus's car. The final boss of this event is to face the block minigame one last time. By now it should be at least a little easier to complete, or maybe you've never had any trouble with it. Maybe it's just a skill issue on my part, I don't know. But anyway, after completing the minigame, your The Hunt journey has completed, at least in Greenville, and you're rewarded with, of course, the Hunt badge, 30% off of your next car purchase in game, which honestly is a lot. To put it into perspective, that's $1.5 million off the most expensive car in the game. To go towards your next purchase by completing the event, you're also given $75,000 in-game cash, which you can get something pretty nice with. And the final kind of main in-game event prize is the recreation of Kit. Done really well in game for being fictionalized, might I add. Even got a pretty nice set of pop-up headlights. In a similar fashion to the last part hunt in game during Halloween with the Ecto 1 event car and the regular 1959 Cadillac in the dealership, this update brings us a regular 1982 Trans Am in the dealership for those who want it. There's 2 trims, the Pacer for $13,190 and the SCCR for $21,250. The Pacer trim has 170 horsepower and 137 mile/hour top speed, whereas the SCCR has 225 horsepower and 144 mile/hour top speed. They both sound the same, just look a little different. Here's a race to show the speed difference between the two, with me being in the Pacer trim. Well, that was a lot less close than I expected. And that there is the Greenville Hunt event and update. Hope this helped in some way. Happy hunting. Pretty cool that Greenville got into this event.